In business centers all across the United States, there is an uprising. It is called Occupy Wall Street. In business areas, banking centers, where the banker, the man in the suit with the briefcase, was the most respected part of society, there's great resistance and intellectual opposition.
Going to happen with this disparity we have.
So what you're suggesting, this is not a movement of new hippies. This is a movement of people
Not at
thinking.
all. These young people have gone to school.
Are you a patriot?
I'm a patriot.
Are you a veteran?
I'm a veteran.
The Occupy movement is a movement of people who feel like they have been silent.
Let me ask you this. Do you feel that there's good opportunity in this country for yourself to make a good living, or do you think it's not
so much at this point? I mean,
it's getting less and less.
In the heart of the Dallas Business District, just across the street from City Hall, below the giant skyscrapers, you see camps, hundreds of people, young people, all races, educated people, who are demonstrating, and their message, believe it or not, is very similar. They're tired of concentration, deregulation, and they're tired of the disparity and opportunity in America.
Thank you.
1% has silenced me with their money.
I are one of the 99.
What? I am a 90. Okay.
Occupy Wall Street.
Well, tell me, what does this movement mean to you, sir?
It's the people speaking, the 99% against the 1%.
Well, could you define that when you say the 1%?
The 1% are the people who have 40% of all of the income.
One of their ideas is for people to take their money out of the giant banks that took bailout money and to put it in community banks.
I have a banking background.
Well, tell me then, what is your motivation? What did you see that
Because I've been watching as being a banker is no longer respectable. It's just like being a casino overlord. Yeah. And there's nothing better than a community bank. It's what built our nation.
Yeah.
And they shouldn't be edged out by the large, too big to fail banks.
Yeah. Concentration of wealth is a real problem for us?
Well, absolutely. We haven't had this problem since the 20s.
Yeah.
And if we do not look at history, but I really thought that we were ready to go off the cliff thanks to these packaged subprime mortgage rates that were sent around the world. And we had to do what we did, but we had to make them accountable. But the atrocious thing is that they took the money and gave the same people that put us there big bonuses. This is what really has people angry, and that's one of the reasons I'm angry, is because of this. These people should be behind bars, not getting bonuses.
Hey, what does your hat say? Let me look at that. Let's see here.
USA.
All right. Real pleasure to meet with you.
Irritation with bank corruption, 29% interest rates, and just disrespect and lack of loyalty is a problem.
Everybody else is making it hand to mouth, if that. And so everybody's getting together and they're voicing their opinions.
So people,
free speech.
You're not mad that businesses are making money. You're just mad that they've gotten out of hand with it. Is that
That's
it?
right. That's right. The government has gone out of its way to help big business. But, man, they don't seem to want to help the poor working slobs. The guys and the girls that are out here making it, hand to mouth, trying to feed their families.
Yeah.
But you got corporate bigwigs here to getting, multi-million-dollar parachutes, and not to mention bailouts. Man, it's wrong.
Yeah.
It's wrong.
Get money out of politics. That could be one example of how money is influencing the government, their policies, and how it's disproportionately favoring the people that have the money over the people that don't.
Do you think that y'all can translate this into real change?
I'd like to hope so. If we bring so much attention to it, I would only hope that they will change something and help do that. We have to have the politicians be able to say no to that, or screw these huge companies, corporations over. Hey, you fund us, all right, thanks. We're not going to turn back around and help you guys out so much. We need the politicians to start going with this as well. That's where it comes from.
What do you guys do for a living?
I am a instructional associate at the Cisco lab at Tarrant County College Northeast.
I see.
And the reason why I'm here is I've been fed up. People have their faith in their Republican and their Democrat, but they're bought by the same people. The Congress is bought. It's not, the system is so corrupt that people just need to just reboot the entire thing.
Do you think we should go to a three-party system, or a what? What do you see as a solution?
It would help, because right now we just have a monopoly on just the two different parties and stuff.
And the business party. We're the only country that doesn't have a labor-based party in the entire industrial world. So if we can have a workers' rights parties, I'd be down for it.
So you're suggesting that both parties represent more of business than the people? Is that the idea?
Oh well, yeah. It's just like having two horses but with the same owner.
Yeah.
The Democrats and Republicans, they may differ on issues slightly, maybe social politics or international affairs, but they're within the same framework. They're part of the business party. Just look where all our funding comes from. And if we can have a people's party, where labor can be represented, environmentalists can be represented, or any host of a number of issues can be represented, I would be in support of that. But until you get to the root of the problem, which I think is money in politics, then it doesn't matter who you vote for, Republicans or Democrats. Or we saw how that happened with Obama. We got rid of Bush, and it's pretty much the same system.
This movement, what would distinguish this movement from the Tea Party movement is that it doesn't sound like y'all are leaning one way or the other. You want to make it an economic issue and bring more opportunity.
We're not one political party association at all.
We don't have any party affiliation or anything.
We have people from all kinds of different walks of life and different beliefs, but
so it's an economic issue.
It has to be, because everybody here seems to be focused on certain symptoms of much bigger problem. And the biggest problem to me right now is that we're facing is the current socioeconomic system. And basically, if we try to move forward and move towards more of a resource-based economy, a self-sufficient efficient system.
I agree 100%.
It has to be self-sustaining. But today's current economy it's
wasteful.
only working. It's wasteful because it's working on planned obsolescence.
Well, look how the economy has just shifted. From the 1970s, it was gone from a manufacturing economy. You had a lot of manufacturing jobs, factories, things were up, and then from around the 1970s, it switched to more of a financialization economy. That's why you have the big banks that have the most capital, the most wealth, and the manufacturing jobs that were around in the 50s and 60s, they're shipped off to India, they're shipped off to China, they're shipped off to a third world where you can have lower wages, and a substantial amount of profit, but you're making more money off of the financial institutions. And I can't believe the people that have backed up this type of system, it just completely collapsed right on them. I mean, this probably is the biggest economic theory fallacy that anybody could ever imagine, because it took a huge government intervention to save the whole economy. Is that free market? Is that capitalism? No, that's...
But it didn't even bail it. It's a symptom of all this, the cornerstone of the banks and the corporations and the government bailouts is the Federal Reserve Bank and our fractional reserve banking system. It is an unfair banking system with a tax on the currency from the get-go, because
reinstate Glass-Steagall.
No.
Okay, can you explain that to us?
It was the one that kept investments and banking apart, and once investments became a part of banking and called banks, then they did the casino and they had all the fun with all the money.
Now, you've got a banking background?
I have a banking background.
Well, tell me then, what is your motivation? What did you see that...
Because I've been watching as being a banker is no longer respectable. It's just like being a casino overlord. I've watched as they've deregulated everything. These guys aren't smart. They don't know what they're doing. They've just figured out ways to make themselves rich. And the common person is being hurt very much.
Well, it's more than just the Federal Reserve. I mean, it's the global system. The bank that's above the Federal Reserve and above all the central banks of all the countries in the world, the Bank for International Settlements, where the G8, the G20, the IMF, the World Bank come from. That's the source of the evil, in my opinion.
What do you see yourself doing in 5 years or 10 years?
5 or 10 years?
I'm just.
Well, honestly, actually, I want to be a stay-at-home mother.
Yeah?
Hopefully I'll get married and have kids.
Yeah? All
and
right.
Hopefully, my
Hey there,
husband
sweetheart.
All right.
hopefully my husband, my future husband will be able to support me.
Your future first husband.
What do you think you'll be doing in 10 years?
In 10 years, well, I plan on furthering my ideas more. If we make it towards a resource-based economy, more technological advance, I'd be putting my effort and time into something of that sort. And in 10 years, I would probably still be in the arts, whether it's photography, music, or whatever else.
Yeah.
And so that's what I plan on.
Yeah. How about you guys? 10 years? What do you think you'll be doing?
I don't know.
Not on Wall Street?
No, definitely not on Wall Street. I don't know. I'd like to be some kind of business owner of some sort and see if I can thrive in this economy, but
in a fair level,
in a fair
level playing field. You know,
I mean, unless the government wants to send me millions and billions of dollars, that'd be nice.
What do you think? 10 years?
I want to be a hedge fund manager because stay-at-home work, that's not real work according to our system. Transferring trillions of dollars and collapsing the whole economy. That's real work. That's real work.
See, I want America back. I want my country back, and I want it back now. And the thing is that this country, I didn't sell it, but the politicians have sold it to the lobbyists and the big money people. And this is completely wrong. I have the Constitution in my back pocket. That's what's going to happen with this disparity we have.
So what you're suggesting?